What is going on, guys? In this video, we're going to cover everything you need to know in order to promote dating offers on CPA networks such as MaxBounty or ClickBank using a unique method. And usually it's fairly easy to promote these dating offers, but the problem is they're not allowed to be promoted on Facebook. So in this video, you're going to learn a very unique method in order so that you can promote these offers on platforms like Facebook or any other platforms if you choose to do so as well. So what will you learn in this presentation? You will learn why you should promote dating offers, the different kinds of dating offers, the problems with promoting them on Facebook, which is my preferred method and should be your preferred method as well, how to promote them effectively, and then stay until the end for a special bonus where I'm going to talk about Facebook targeting, which is crucial if you want to promote them on Facebook. So why should you promote dating offers? So dating is a billion-dollar industry. Tinder's revenue is 1.7 billion in 2018. Tinder is just one of many apps. There's a lot of dating websites, these old school dating websites. There's a lot of other apps. So it's a huge market. And the reason it's a huge market is because it's part of that whole health, wealth, and relationship kind of this triangle. And if you're not aware of what that is basically the areas where, the profits can be made. So health can be something like fitness, eating right, working out. Wealth could be making money online, finance, investing, that kind of thing. And then relationships is about how to become better in terms of attracting a mate, going out, meeting people, and getting married, getting into a serious relationship, or even casual dating, anything like that. That's part of relationships. And so Facebook actually recently rolled out something called Facebook Dating, which is a way for you to find your significant other on dating, whether it's casual dating or more serious relationships. So nobody can deny that dating and relationships and kind of even self-improvement is a huge market. And so you would be a fool to basically ignore this kind of market. And it's actually a lot easier than you think, even if you have no experience or have not really dabbled in this industry, in this market. I'm gonna explain to you everything you need to know. So that is why it will always make money, for the reasons that I've described. So there's different kinds of dating offers, right? You have these regular dating offers such as Tinder and maybe some of the other apps, these kind of catch-all dating offers. But then you have these niche-based dating offers. They're either geo-based, so in particular country, in particular region of the world, or age-based, and then there's all kinds of other niches like religion, interest, race, etc., etc. So when you have kind of a niche offer, it's a lot easier to target than something like Tinder. But Tinder is also, people that are very generalized. It's also not very difficult to target, and this is what we're going to talk about today. So the problem is with kind of promoting these dating offers is that I mainly use Facebook for promoting a lot of my offers using various methods, and I love Facebook ads because I think it's pretty much the best source of high quality converting traffic. I think Facebook is definitely number one, and then you have maybe Google ads, Bing ads in the second place, but I always prefer Facebook. But the problem with Facebook explicitly prohibits promoting online dating sites, and this applies to all kinds of dating offers, even the non-sexual ones, okay? And so you can still promote it on Facebook, but you have to be very creative about it. You have to go a little bit indirect. And you can't, forget about basically taking an offer and running an ad on it, because you're going to have your account banned. You're going to have the ad disapproved, you're going to have your account banned, and maybe even have your business manager banned. Or maybe in some extreme cases, they might even restrict your personal Facebook account from running any kind of ads and any kind of business manager or ad account. So you'd never want to promote Facebook dating offer on Facebook directly. You have to be very careful with that. So there's always a solution to this problem, right? And the way you can do it, there's probably a lot of ways you can do it, but the way I like doing it and the way that has been successful for me is that I basically get my leads, and these are people that might be interested in that particular offer, and then promote these offers on the back end. So I basically acquire the specific target audience that will probably convert for the offer that I feel, and then I use email marketing on the back end or other methods to sell these offers to them. And so there's a lot of ways of doing it. And then you can create a lead magnet. You can promote them on your website. You can do all kinds of things. But this avoids the problem of promoting it directly on Facebook, which is gonna get your account banned. And so so there's a lot of things that you can do. One method is creating a dating blog, and this is basically just a site, right? And this is a method I definitely recommend, because dating is a very large industry. So you could find a couple of offers, and you never want to create something specific to that offer, because if that offer goes away, or they stop allowing you to promote it, what are you gonna do? Your whole strategy is basically gonna fall apart. A much better strategy is to think about it in kind of bigger terms. And when I think about dating offers, I think about dating, I think about self-improvement, I think about relationships, and that whole kind of these topics, this area, this niche is very all encompassing, right? You can promote, you could sell a lot of things to that audience, right? Like relationship advice, you could sell them offers, you could sell them ClickBank products, you could sell them all kinds of things. So my preferred strategy for this would be creating a dating blog. And you probably don't want to create a generalized dating blog. You want to niche it down, because it's going to be very hard to kind of get that blog to have traction. So what I would do is I would create kind of you could create a specific dating blog, maybe for older dating, or for maybe some kind of niche dating, or casual dating, or relationship minded, or maybe a specific country if you want. And then you could write content that targets the audience. And then you can advertise that content on Facebook. And then once, but the content you can advertise, obviously it has to be very innocent sounding. Like, it has to be very non-sexual. So maybe something like, if you're advertising dating for older people, like 50 and plus, 50 and over, which is, a good niche all in itself, you can say something like, 10 mistakes people make when dating 50 and over, right? If you're 50 and over, don't commit these 10 dating mistakes or something like that. So that's just off the top of my head. Or how dating changes when you get older, right? Or how can older men or women succeed with dating. Now, a lot of these offers are typically they're targeting men, unless there's some specific, they're specifically indicated to target women. Obviously, you're probably going to have more success targeting men than women, but you could probably target both audience as well. And so I am definitely thinking about it in terms from the man angle. So if we're going to target men, let's say we're targeting men 50 and over, you could say something like, you have to think about what their fears and what their concerns are. So the number one concern would be like, hey, am I still good enough, right? Guys that are 50 and over, they might be wondering like, hey, can I date younger women? Can I still, maybe they've been divorced, they were married for a while, and now they're getting back on the dating market, and there's all these apps and all of these online dating methods, and they, maybe they've been out of the dating market for like 10 years, or maybe they want to date younger women, or maybe they want to date specific kind of women. So you have to think about what is it they want, and what are their fears like. So an example of a fear could be, hey, am I still good enough? Am I still sexy? Am I still desirable, right? So because the older you get, obviously the tougher it is to go on the dating market, for an array of reasons. And so you can basically target that. You can create a blog article, and you can basically talk about something like, 10 ways older men can date younger women, or 10 mistakes older men make when they're trying to date younger women. And these are all main concerns. And for that, to get ideas, you can basically go on Google and start typing stuff like, older men dating younger women, hit enter and see what kind of articles you find. Or even look in the autocomplete, right? When you're dating something, you're going to see suggestions after you enter the query. But as you're entering the query, you're going to see basically autocomplete suggestions, and that's going to give you ideas. What are people searching for, and basically what are their fears and concerns and pain points and troubles and that kind of thing. And remember, it's a lot easier to target a pain point than to basically create a really cool product that improves on an existing solution. Pain points will always outsell, a cool or an interesting kind of content or product. So always target pain points. And so what you want to do is, this is my kind of preferred method, is you want to create a blog. And it's very easy to create a blog. I'm going to have some links in the description for some steps. And you want to target to a specific niche, maybe older dating, or maybe, geo dating, or maybe some kind of dating in a specific, religion or something like that. Because there are sites that are specific. You have Christian dating, you have Jewish dating, even Muslim dating, and all of these kind of niches where people can go out and find people of the same faith. And so that's why, it works a lot better, as opposed to having a very generalized kind of blog. And so that's kind of what you want to think about. And now let's talk about Facebook targeting, right? So we're talking about Facebook, right? And before we get into Facebook, let's actually go through some of these offers in MaxBounty, which is a great CPA network that I've made a ton of videos about. And MaxBounty has a lot of dating offers, right? And I don't really see a lot of people talking about promoting these specific MaxBounty offers. And so now, given that what I've talked about in the presentation so far, let's just go and through some of these dating offers, right? We have Black Crush, BBW Desire, Lonely Wife Hookup. So some of these offers are definitely more sexual than others, right? And obviously you can create content, but you could create a blog specific targeting any kind of these offers. It doesn't matter. But if you are creating things like Ashley Madison, or one of these very get with younger women, right? One of these kind of maybe very specific offers, naughty kind of offers, that kind of thing. You have to be careful, because once you create the ad on Facebook, you cannot talk about these over sexualized offers. So in my opinion, it's probably easier just to go with something in the beginning, to go with something more innocent. So an example would be, I have this offer, but I wanted to talk about this offer first. And this is Silver Singles, which is an online dating site designed to help 50+ singles look for a serious relationship. Now, this is a very kind of innocent offer. This is an offer maybe you could see your dad going on, or your grandpa going on and meeting their special someone. This is a very kind of innocent looking offer. So they even give you targeting info. And as I've talked about before in a lot of my videos, if they give you targeting info, that is a very good sign, because they know that this offer converts, and so they want you to be successful with this offer, and they're basically telling you what kind of demographic you're going to have better success with. And so, but before we kind of start promoting this offer, you want to look at some of the other things. So we have completed registration, $8 per lead, which is pretty decent. And then we have network EPC, which is 40 cents. So it's not 0 cents, it's not 1 cent. It's a decent amount, right? Like network EPC, you should not only look at network EPC, because you should look at some of the other numbers, but network EPC is decent. The only problem with this offer is that it's request by approval to run, and you can basically click this button and you can apply to be approved. And if I wanted to promote this, I would apply to be approved, maybe tell them how I'm going to approve it. And then you look at allow traffic types, and this is email. And this is perfect, because in our system, this is perfect. We're not going to be promoting this offer on Facebook. We're going to be promoting an article, a piece of content that we wrote, and then getting the traffic. And then later on, you can create an email campaign with this specific offer. So you could promote a lot of different products on the back end using email marketing. And this could be just one of these offers. So just looking at this offer, it looks like a cool offer. It's not mobile optimized, which is not a problem, because you can target desktop traffic, or you can target basically, it doesn't really matter in the sense, because we are basically we're collecting a list, we're building a list. And so, if some of these converts, that's fine. If they don't, they're going to convert with somebody else. And this is how I would go about it. Now, of course, maybe I can find a better offer. Now, when I emailed my affiliate manager and asked her about dating offers, since I like to promote dating offers, she basically suggested this offer. She said this is the best converting offer. I haven't really promoted this offer yet, but this is something that maybe you might be interested in. But I do have plans of promoting it later on, and you could look at. They don't allow email. They don't allow. Let's see. They don't allow social. As you can see, they allow 500 actions per day. I'm already approved. I don't need to send anything to be approved. I don't need to apply. It's mobile optimized. Network EPC is 19 cents, which we can ignore in this case because my affiliate manager has told me that this is a good converting offer. Countries allowed, basically just the rich English-speaking countries, right? Australia, Canada, Ireland, New Zealand, the UK, and the United States, which is fine. And now you have to read the description. Cindy Matches is a unique matching tool comprised of blah, 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 instead of having the user endlessly, okay? No direct linking allowed through contextual pop traffic. Please use a pre-sale page. Publishers can create their own, but they must be approved prior to using it to promote this offer. Now it says allow traffic, everything except incentive and email. So you cannot basically, or you shouldn't, basically send out this direct link to this offer in an email opt-in. But there's so many other ways of promoting on your website, because you could basically, let's say you're creating a Facebook ad, which we're gonna go in a little bit, and I'm gonna show you how to do that. And so you created the ad, you've gotten the person to click on your website, you've gotten them to opt into your email list, and then maybe you have a new blog article, and you can say, hey, click here to read the new blog article, and they're gonna go read this blog article, and then on your website you have basically a link to this offer. So it's not necessarily we're promoting using solo email, solo ads, or newsletters, but we're promoting as a contextual kind of, or a display ad, so like a banner image. Banner or contextual, that is the way we're going to be promoting, since they're not cool with email for whatever reason. That's fine. Because, using this method, you're very flexible, right? We're not going to be using Facebook ads, but we are going to be using email contextual display ads. These are the main ones. And so that's why it's a very, very powerful and a very effective method of promoting these dating offers on Facebook by getting our initial traffic on Facebook. So this is an offer I was told converts well. I obviously trust my affiliate manager because she has the backend system to see everything that's happening. It's $3.40 per lead, and this could be even better than an offer which is $8 per lead, provided that it converts better. Now you can also browse some of the other offers and to see maybe you want to promote something else. There's a lot of offers that are targeting different geos, right? Geographical regions. So there's DE stands for Germany, HK stands for Hong Kong, NZ, US, Tier 1 is good, AU, DE. So obviously I don't speak German, so I probably would not be able to promote this offer. But if my affiliate manager tells me that out of all the international geos, this German offer does really well, then I can definitely hire a translator, convert some of my creatives, or even start a German only blog, right? So if I have a blog that's in English language blog, I can easily convert some of the blog articles and internationalize the blog, and I could create German content. If my affiliate manager tells me that consistently there are some German offers that are doing well, or Swiss offers, or Swedish offers or Dutch offers, I can possibly convert some pieces of content into that particular language, and then create an ad in that language promoting that piece of content, and then creating an opt-in element where they submit an email address in exchange for some tips, and some tips or some dating tips or something like that for some exclusive piece of content. Then I get their email, and then I can promote them in their own language. But generally speaking, I would when starting out, I would go for English level stuff. Obviously you speak English since you're watching this video, and most of you are in a country that speaks English to some extent, and you speak English. So I would definitely start with an English level offer. I would not be going crazy, even if I see okay, this DE here, and this is a Swiss offer here, DE and CH, and they're like the EPC is really high, I would still go for, you know, an offer that's an English level offer. And so what I would start with, and obviously I would promote more kind of friendly offers in the beginning, because Facebook does look at your website. And if you're promoting a blog article, even if that blog article is very innocent and, you know, family friendly and all that, you know, Facebook is definitely going to go on your blog and check out some of the articles, and if it's going to see that it's a lot of it is like adult only or very kind of very sexual and things like that, Facebook might not improve the ads. So when I'm starting out, I would start with very, you know, general friendly and family friendly, you know, things that you could see on like a Business Insider magazine, or like, you know, on an entrepreneur magazine, or any kind of general level magazine, that kind of content. I would not go crazy with some of these naughty offers, or, you know, as you can guess, some of these other more kind of raunchy offers. I would not do that. I would start with something very general. I would start with maybe something like this, Indie Matches, which is just a simple matching kind of thing. And then I would start with silver singles. I would apply for this. And so once you have the offer kind of picked, let's think about targeting, right? So I'm in my ads manager here. We're starting fresh. And the power of Facebook, really, and why I love Facebook so much, is their detailed targeting, right? I can target the people that don't even know that they are looking for a specific problem, or they even have a problem, right? Google ads or Bing ads is about keywords, right? So they consciously realize they're looking for something. But the power of Facebook is that these people might not even realize that they are, you know, that they might be interested in the product we're trying to promote. And so what we want to do here is we want to create a campaign. We're gonna go through this flow real quick. I'm not gonna run these ads. I just want to show you some of the targeting. We're gonna brainstorm together. And so let's start a campaign, right? So let's say we call it campaign 1. I just like to abbreviate it, ad set 1, ad set. Let's call it ad set 1, ad set 1, ad 1. And then we save this as draft. We're gonna so I typically either use traffic or conversions. I like conversions a lot. And in this case, you can actually do conversions. And I don't want to go too deep into this because that will make the video really long. But if you want to do conversions, which I do wholeheartedly recommend, is what you want to do is you want to create a page where they go to the page, and there's a lead magnet, get 10-15 tips for better dating when you're 50 and over. And then when they go to the thank you page, there's a Facebook pixel that logs that conversion. Then you could basically optimize for this conversion. And you could definitely check out some of my other videos. I have like several videos on this topic, and maybe I'll make another video to kind of accompany this video. But in this case, we're going to keep it simple. We're going to use the traffic objective, leave this all on defaults, and we're going to create this ad set 1, ad 1. We're going to save to draft. And it's going to go to the next screen here. And so the key here is, right, and obviously it's defaulting to traffic and all that. The special juice of Facebook ads is in the ad set level kind of targeting, right? And this is where we say it's a website optimizing for landing page views, and that's because we're using the traffic objective. If we were using another objective, this would be something else. And what we want to do is, then you could set your daily budget. What I would recommend is using something like $10 per day, because we're going to have multiple ad sets, and you never know with Facebook which ad sets or which interests are going to convert. You just don't know. You might think this is going to convert, but something else is going to convert. And what we want to do is we want to have it at least at something like $10 per day. Sometimes I even do $5 a day. Depending on the specific campaign. You want the start date to be the next day at midnight, okay? And then you scroll down. We change our location. Obviously, this is going to be. Let's say this is a U.S. campaign, and what we want to do is everyone who lives at this location, and then we want to scroll down and we want to put United States. And keep it simple, right? Pick a campaign, even if you're targeting these tier 1 countries where that includes New Zealand, Australia, the UK and all that. Don't pick all these countries. Stick to one country. Usually I always start with the US because I'm the most familiar with the US market. I understand the mentality of the US market. I understand it very well. So, and moreover, right, if you're successful with the US market, you could move on to other options later on. Now, this is where it gets really interesting. Age, right? So age, it depends on the specific, it depends on what we're trying to do. If we have a blog targeting to older people, or we have a general blog, but that specific article is about dating when you're older, then, and that lead magnet is older, and obviously you want to change the age to 50 and plus. So you want to go scroll up and put 50 here, 50, 65. This is what you want to do. You can, now, of course, you can target 45 and plus, 47 and plus, but I would just stick to 50 and over, because you're going to have the best success, because they're specifically targeted for that. Do we want a gender? Now, let's go and look at this campaign. It's an online 50 singles. So what do they say? So they don't really say to target men or women, right? They say college educated, higher position in their higher paying power, singles looking for serious relationship, best converting 50 plus. So it says best converting 50 plus. That means that, you might have, 45 plus that are converting, but definitely 50 plus is what you want to be targeting. You don't want to play games. If they tell you 50 plus, you want to stick to 50 plus. Genders, let's keep it wide open. We don't know who's going to convert the best just yet. Now, this is where it gets very, very interesting. Okay, so now let's think about higher educated, right? We want to do that. Higher educated. And this is going to be one of the interests we want to hire. Let's put college educated. Let's see, college grad. Okay, education level college grad. And then, so this is going to give us a really broad 22 million. And what you want to do is you want to narrow the audience, right? You want to narrow the audience. You can do, let's see if we can do dating. Dating interests. Okay, there you go. Okay, perfect. 4.2 million. We have people that are interested in dating. Maybe they're reading other dating blogs, or they like dating stuff, and they're a college grad. Okay, so this is possibly something that you could particularly target. Now remember, we're not doing online dating, right? We're targeting, a dating blog. We want more people. So this is absolutely fine. Dating and college grad. So this could be one ad set, okay? And what I would do is I would duplicate this ad set and create other combinations, right? So college grad is one idea. Maybe I will also try, and what you want to do is you want to narrow, right? Because college grad is one pool of people, then we have dating another pool of people, and then we want the combination. So we want people that are college grad that are dating. Another thing, you could add another interest here, and that could be something like, executive or something like that. So people that executive, director, producer, executive officer, executive function. That's a very small interest. It's only 269,000. It's too small. Chief executive officer. We could do something like that. Now we have 5 million people, right? It increased a little bit because we have two interests. So I generally like to have one interest per ad set, or one kind of this intersection per ad set. So if you're putting these two, maybe you want to create another ad set: college grad, dating, chief executive office, dating. But I think in this case it's going to be fine. So this is an ad set for 50 plus, right? And now you want to ask yourself, what else might they be interested in, right? People that are recently, maybe they are divorced, right? They recently gotten out of a relationship. So you have to ask yourself, what kind of content are they reading? Are there magazines they're reading? Are there, other things they're reading? This is obviously not in my target age, because I'm not 50 and over, so I don't really know what kind of stuff they're reading. So you have to do a little bit of research, right? And so if they're reading, Entrepreneur magazine, which they're not reading, right? Then you can basically, entrepreneurship. This could be a good one, right? Because people that are, getting money. So you can put entrepreneurship here. Maybe they're entrepreneurs. They're making a lot of money, right? Entrepreneurship interest. So you can do that. So, this is getting a little bit bigger than what I like. I like to have about 1 million, a little bit over, a little bit less. I would keep it to 4 million, but I would not go over 5 million. That's my preference. So I would only keep one of these, or maybe two of these at the max here. Okay, and then you can basically look at some of the magazines they're reading. Maybe some of the some of the other interests. Basically, you have to put yourself inside the shoes of this person. If you want to target younger people, right? Let's say we're targeting younger people. Like, so for example, with this offer, right? We have this other offer, and this is, so they don't really tell us, what's going on, unfortunately. Let's look at the landing page. And what does the landing page says? Cindy matches, and they basically tell you the cities where the person is located. They say what kind of countries. Okay, the rich countries, devices allowed, Android, iOS, mobile optimized, network EPC is 19 cents, double opt-in 340. And this, obviously look at this girl, right? She's on the younger side, so possibly, you may want to target younger people, right? I'm not gonna, I would definitely expand my targeting here, and I would put somebody, I would scroll down, and I would basically put something like, I would start with 25, right? 25 and over, right? The reason is these are probably paid sites because they would not be paying me for, in order to send them leads. So people that are under 25, they don't have that much money. 18, teenagers, they don't have a lot of money. They're not going to be signing up for some dating site and things like that. So I would keep it 25, 65 just for fun, see what happens. Although I'm guessing it's probably going to convert on the younger side in this case. Detailed targeting. What do we have here? Now, the other thing I forgot to mention is when you're running ads to your blog article, I always start with the Facebook newsfeed. So I remove all this stuff and I start with Facebook newsfeed, and I want to start with that to see if that converts first. Now, you're free to test other placements, and I recommend that you do, but when you're starting out, you want to kind of have the least amount of variance that's possible. And I know from experience that Facebook newsfeed converts the best. Okay, and so I would definitely start with that, Facebook newsfeed, and that narrows down the audience. So maybe you had 5 million before in our previous targeting, and now you're gonna have a lot less. And so if we want to think about detailed targeting for maybe this kind of offer, a younger offer, right, something like this, then what you want to think about is people that like nightlife. Maybe this is just something I just came up with the top of my, that just was on the top of my head, nightlife. It's 100 million people, right? Older people, they're less likely to be interested, or people that are not dating, right? Maybe they have families, right? They're not going out and partying all the time. So one interest I thought about is nightlife, right? Another thing, so there's a lot of ways to find these interests. When you have your blog, you want to look at your blog, who are the main competitors, right? So, think about, if you have a dating blog, think about who are the other competitors. So what you can do is you can go to Google and type dating blogs, right? And you could look and see top 100 dating blogs and websites to follow for dating advice, or 10 best funny dating blogs, the urban dating, online dating blog, right? So if this blog is big enough, it's gonna have an interest inside of Facebook. So you could put something like dating blogs. Okay, actually there's nothing there. Well, obviously we have dating. You could still use that interest. But I would make it as a separate ad set. I would not put it into this date site. We have interracial dating, right? So there's offers that are for that. We have speed dating. There are offers that for that. We have secret, there's also game shows, right? The matchmaking shows. A really big one in the US is the matchmaking, I think it's millionaire matchmaking, the matchmaking millionaire or something like that. Yes, this is a big one. I guess it stopped, but I heard that it was a pretty big kind of reality show. So you can see if there's, there's interest for the millionaire matchmaker, which I would be surprised if there isn't. Let's see, millionaire matchmaker. There it is. It's a very small interest, only 69,000. So it's going to, if you do a narrow with this, you're gonna have a very small audience. So you could experiment with a lot of these. Another one is The Bachelor, right? That's a popular, The Bachelor, The Bachelorette, or The Bachelor, right? And that is, here you go, The Bachelorette, The Bachelor, stuff like that, The Bachelor. There you go. So now you have The Bachelor, and then you can basically target these kinds of people, these kinds of interest, people that watch these kinds of shows, and you can do all that. So there's a lot of, there's a lot of things that you can do, but that's what you want, right? You want to have a dating blog. You want to write content that targets your audience independent of Facebook. And then you want to advertise the content on Facebook, capture leads via lead magnet. So, for example, 10 things you should know about dating, 50, 10 things you should know about dating as a 50-year-old, or things that are different when it comes to dating when you're over 50, or stuff like that. And then you have Facebook targeting, which is target specific demographic as dictated by the offer. Target young people who like nightlives or various events, bars, clubs, artists who target, artists that are, that the audience likes, right? So maybe it's a rapper, a young rapper, or a young kind of, maybe it's a rock band, or some alternative band or something like that. And typically, these are kind of the young audience likes it, and then they like nightlife, they like going out. And obviously, it's not a foolproof method. You might reach some audience that are happily married and have families, but it's still better than nothing, right? It's still the best that we can work with. And then we're acquiring our target audience and promoting to them later or we can even have ads on the website, and we're promoting that piece of content that's accepted by Facebook, that's not prohibited by Facebook. And then we use email marketing, but then we can also basically target them by placing ads on this specific website. And that is how you do it, and that is how you promote this kind of offer, dating offers that Facebook specifically prohibits. And then you're basically killing 3 birds with one stone, because now you have a blog that you're getting organic traffic, and I'm going to make a video later on. I love organic traffic. I love free traffic, and I run many blogs in different niches, and we're going to discuss that later on. And you're also you're collecting leads now, and you could promote the multiple offers in your email list, and you're using Facebook to kind of augment that. And just because Facebook prohibits it does not mean that you should basically not promote it on Facebook. You should still use that Facebook machine learning algorithm and all these methods to promote, but you should be a little bit more indirect about it. All right, guys, so I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you've gotten some value from some of these methods of promotion that I have explained. If you like this video, I want you to click the like button. I want you to comment below, ask me any question you want. I will be glad to answer. And if you like this kind of content, affiliate marketing, CPA, ClickBank, promoting offers on Facebook, Google Ads, free SEO traffic, or anything in between, definitely make sure to subscribe to this channel and click the notification bell to be notified of more content. So thank you again so much for watching this, and I will talk to you real soon.